Workers will never understand the power derived from driving a new car home. In my case, a new used car. This time, a 2013 Hyundai Sonata, midnight blue, whose speedometer climbs to 160 miles per hour, an arousing number, perhaps beyond my reach. Before this, a green 98 Saturn, a utilitarian vehicle from the last millennium, more plastic than metal. Nevertheless, a sturdy companion who survived her share of bumps and bruises, navigating Hoboken's surly stop-and-go streets. Previously, an 87 Chrysler LeBaron, a car with awful reviews in Consumer Reports that provided the smoothest ride of my working-class life, until she got broadsided by a Mack truck on a Harlem street on my way to work, me thinking as the bulldog smashed into my side, so this is what it's like to die. Hope it doesn't hurt too much. A crash I walked away from, unscathed, in a state of shock, which was preceded by a 1982 Buick Regal nothing but trouble that I should have been wary of upon purchase from a fortune teller in the Portuguese section of Newark, a natural lowrider without any modifications, eventually stolen by wayward teens, which wound up being a windfall, paying back in insurance more than the car was ever worth. There was the 1980 AMC Eagle station wagon with faux wood panels, which took Caroline and I cross-country, that had uncontrollable four-wheel drive, which kicked into gear at the oddest times and was constantly blowing tires on the New Jersey Turnpike for no discernible reasons, which followed a yellow 70-something Datsun we named Roadkill because it was in a constant state of death throes and rattles, emitting a sulfurous stream of black smoke every time it accelerated through a toll booth, rusted through its chassis, yet refusing to die. There was the 67 Lincoln Continental, a tank disguised as an automobile with suicide doors that comfortably carried 8 inebriated teenagers to the 1975 Dumont High School senior prom, and once miraculously cruised from Amherst to New Jersey on half a tank of gas, though it got about 6 miles a gallon. And the 1962 Studebaker that had a stone instead of a carburetor that I used to deliver Uncle Frank's pizzas in high school until it caught fire while driving on Madison Avenue, that the volunteer fire department had to put out after only 3 months of care and ownership, which was a replacement for my first love, a white 66 Impala that I bought for $40 because it had been hit by a garbage truck and was mangled around the trunk, but drove until the transmission went a few months into my ownership, which I nevertheless drove only in reverse through the streets of my hometown, oblivious to the cops or the basic laws of physics, which I bought to ease the pain of the loss of my 64 Rambler with push-button transmission, which was never really mine, but my dad's, bought only a month before he died, and was totaled by my mother during an ill-advised driving lesson with my brother-in-law Leo, who was far from a great driver, and it was promised to me in theory when I came of age, in which I surreptitiously drove out the driveway late nights after Mom was asleep to pick up my buddies and the Diaz twins in stone teen fuck-it-all New Jersey abandon that New Yorkers would never ever understand. My dad's many clunkers, none more memorable than the 48 Chevy with the chrome hood ornament, a naked goddess with voluptuous mid-century all-American breasts that Steve Martorelli and I would kiss every morning on our way to school between first and third grade for good luck, and because it was a thing to do, who we named Minerva after the mermaid in Diver Dam, planting the seeds of unconditional love between this man and his newest, his bluest, his darling set of wheels. Thank you.